Airsoft GI would like to thank our sponsors.
Hi GI TV, I'm Bob the Axeman Hildebrand for an episode of GI TV focusing on high-tech sniper rifles. Now if you're thinking about getting into sniping, I would highly suggest some of our more affordable sniper rifle guns, such as the JG Bar 10. The JG Bar 10 is a great way to get into sniping while not breaking the bank, but also having a lot of fun. Now, if you are thinking about getting into sniping and just jumping straight into the deep end, or if you're an experienced sniper and want something a bit more high-tech, these are going to be options you will be looking at. So, at the bottom end of our price bracket, we've got the Action Army AAC-21. Alright, so right out of the box, this gun is going to be shooting between 570 and 580 feet per second. Now, this is the only gas sniper rifle out of the bunch that we're going to be looking at today, so it's going to be, well, I guess the FPS is going to vary based on the climate you're in. I prefer gas sniper rifles just because it's easy to cycle the bolt. It can be very fast. That said, this actually does have a lot of modular rail estate space on here. We actually sell these rail pieces aftermarket. They are sold separately on our website, but it allows you to adjust where your rails are on this gun. It also does not come with a scope. We just put it on there to show you how it looks with the scope. It does not come with a grip pod. We just want to show you bipod options. Now this gun actually does accommodate Magpul PTS stocks as well as pistol grips. So we decided to add that on there because it is more comfortable and it makes the gun, well, gives the gun a slightly cooler look. It does come with a standard LE stock and pistol grip, but this gun has a magazine capacity of 27 rounds. Now this is also the lightest weight sniper rifle out of this group of three. It comes in at 8 pounds 7 ounces. Surprisingly, this is actually, well, by looking at it you would think it's a lot heavier, but because it's actually CNC machined out of lightweight aluminum, it is actually rather bedeviling. It's not very heavy in the front, which you would expect. The weight is mostly centered right in the middle of the gun around the magazine, making it rather well balanced. But this gun comes in around $465 on our website, and it's also eligible for the free gift system, which is actually one of my favorite parts of our website. It also comes in black or tan, and we also sell the body kit separately. So if you want to put in your own KJW M700 or your Tanaka M700 style gun into this body kit, that is also very much available. So I would highly suggest checking out the AAC-21. It's very different than these other sniper rifles for its own very unique reasons, and it's actually a very cool looking gun. Alright, and next up in our price bracket is the Aries Remington Msr. That stands for Modular Sniper Rifle. Now, it's called that because you're able to chamber a variety of different rounds on the real steel version of this. Now, one of the first most visible things for me is the fact that this gun comes with highly visible Remington trademarks. Now, if you're a fan of the Remington family of real steel firearms, you're going to like that. If you don't care about trademarks as much, it's not going to be that big deal for you. But that said, there's a lot of rail sections on this gun for you to mount different accessories on this. It also has a 45-degree canted mount option, so if you like that 45-degree mount, you're going to be able to do that, which is really great, especially if you're going to have those closer in shots. And you're going to be able to do that because right out of the box, this gun comes clocked in at 390 to 400 feet per second, meaning that it's going to be operational for just about every outdoor field in the United States as long as they have a 400 feet per second velocity limit. Now, this gun does not come with a scope, it does not come with a grip pod. It's just we put some accessories on here to show you what it looked like, a little bit more decked out. Now, this gun is actually rather well balanced. I mean, most of the weight is actually centered around the stock right here and right in front of the magazine, making it overall pretty well balanced, but it is rather heavy. It comes in around 9 pounds and 12 ounces. It's definitely the middle ground as far as weight goes for these guns. This gun can hold 60 rounds, so out of one magazine you're going to be able to fire quite a bit. This is actually a spring sniper rifle, so you're also not going to have as much of an issue or any issue at all if you're playing in much colder weather as you would with gas systems. It also has an ergonomic rubberized pistol grip, which is very comfortable to hold. Yeah, it's just incredibly comfortable, and I really like that it comes standard on here. Now, because this gun has a foldable stock, it makes the rifle much more compact, and that's not saying that you'd want to go and play CQB with this gun. This is actually just to make it easier to store, or in case you're getting into and out of vehicles, that makes you much more mobile. Now, this gun also does qualify for our free gift system, which is really awesome. You can take those points and get free gifts from our AirsoftGI.com online store. Now, it also does have a fluted barrel, which is going to cut down on some of the weight along the length of the barrel, and this gun does come in black and tan, so you have some color options there, and this gun also clocks in at a price of $599.95, making it the middle ground of affordability on this video. Alright, and at the top of our price bracket, we have the ASG Ashbury ASW338 LM. in my opinion, probably the coolest looking of the three we have here today. But first and foremost, right out of the box, you're going to get a gun with a muzzle velocity of 460 to 470 feet per second. It also holds 40 rounds in the magazine, which is very respectable. Now, another thing to note about this gun is that it is a bolt-action spring sniper rifle, but it's not just any bolt-action spring sniper rifle. It comes with an easy short pull bolt system, which means to pull this bolt back with the FPS that comes right out of the box, or even with a heavier spring, you're not going to need near amount of the force to cycle this bolt as you would with a comparable sniper rifle. Which means you're going to be able to get faster follow-up shots. You're going to have a little bit more firepower with this gun than you would have with an ordinary bolt-action sniper rifle, which is a high priority for me. Now, further up on the gun, you do have a lot of rail estate space here. We do have these one-piece extended rail segments that allow a lot of different accessories to be mounted here. Now, this is also a very well-balanced gun. Most of the weight is right here near the foldable stock and right in front of the magazine, which makes it, again, a very balanced gun. So even though it is the heaviest gun of these three, coming in at about 9 pounds and 14 ounces, because it is so well-balanced, you don't feel as much that weight as you would assume. Now, further up, probably my favorite part of the gun is the handguard. It's actually got an aluminum handguard with a carbon fiber style wrap around it, giving it that very unique look. Now, we did not, this gun does not come with a scope or this grip pod. We just put some accessories on here to flesh out the look of the gun. But as I mentioned before, this does have a foldable stock, making it much more compact to store. You're not going to really use this in CQB because it has a foldable stock. I wouldn't suggest it, but it is great for, storing the gun or in case you're getting into and out of vehicles. And the stock has a lot of features like an adjustable cheek pad, adjustable butt stock, and an adjustable monopod, which is probably my favorite one on the stock because it's much more valuable when you are prone. This gun only comes in tan, and it does qualify for our free gift policy, which I highly suggest you check out whenever you're getting a gun with a free gift policy because you don't want to miss out on free stuff. Another really cool feature about the ASW338 is that when you buy the gun, it's going to come in this really cool looking hard carry case. So that's going to save you money. Instead of getting a gun bag, you're going to get this with the gun. And like I mentioned before, I think it looks pretty cool. Now, the last thing to mention is the price on this gun. It is definitely the most expensive out of the three we've been looking at. It clocks in at $795.00 on our website. But again, you definitely get what you pay for. Well, I hope you liked this quick look at these three high-tech airsoft sniper rifles. If you're very interested in any one of these models, I highly suggest checking out the individual reviews we've done on them. We took an in-depth look on each of these airsoft guns. You can check them out here, here, or here. Well, I highly approve this episode. I highly suggest getting into airsoft sniping in any way possible. It's taking up my headspace right there. Once again, I'm Bob the Axeman Hildebrand, and this is Airsoft GI TV.
Airsoft GI would like to thank our sponsors.